everybody. Welcome to today's masculine fun fold using the Campology stamp set. You guys, this one is a super easy fun fold, and I have some cheats for you, believe it or not. I've used this fold before. I tweak it when I need it. There are some tips that I have for you in this one, but let's take a look at everything that we're going to be using. We are going to be using the Campology stamp set. Oh, I love this stamp set, you guys. Just the evening or the evergreens here alone make an amazing masculine card. But the other reason I wanted to use this is because I want to use this lantern, because this time of year I talk to people about being the light for someone else. Okay, so I thought this would be a great way to kind of promote that. We will also be using the oh no, not that. Oh my goodness, sorry you guys. There it is. The evergreen border punch, and I know that these punches sometimes scare people, so I will be helping you along with this. No worries. You guys, I love this punch. And how I didn't use it for Christmas this year, I have no idea. All right, but let's talk about supplies. You will need very vanilla cardstock. And this is where I'm talking about using some scrap pieces, you guys, and which is exactly what I did for my two pieces. But you're going to need two pieces at 1 inch by 4 inch. You're going to need one piece at 1.5 by 3. You're going to need two pieces at 3 3/8 by 3 7/8. And then this is to make a point. So I'm going to put that to the side. So there's your vanilla. How about the soft succulent pieces? We've got one piece here at 1 1/4 by 3 1/2. And then I have this piece, which you guys is 3 3/4 by 8 1/2, and I already have it scored at 4 1/4. So you see where we're going with this yet? Okay. And then the last piece is Evening Evergreen, which is going to basically be our card base at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Oh, you guys, it sounds like a lot of pieces, you guys, but it's not. I promise. All right. So first, let's tackle this punch. I'm going to put these pieces to the side. We're going to take a deep breath, you guys. You guys, this is super easy. No worries. And I'm going to bring it in a little bit closer. There we go. Because I want to talk a bit about this punch. Okay, so obviously it locks, but what you want to do is there is actually a line right there. Oop, yep, you guys can see it. My little snowman is pointing it out for you. That's where you want to start your paper. About. I'm not going to lie, you guys. It doesn't have to be exact. This is not exact. All right, so we're going to start it at about that spot. And you're going to want it laying down on your table. And you're just going to make sure that it's all the way down on the bottom down here. And you're going to punch. And then you're going to slide it this way. And you can see there is our little greens. Can you guys see them down there? There we go. There's our little evergreens all punched out, ready to go. And what we want to do on this side over here is we want to line them up. You can see that there's like a brown section and then you've got that silver. So what you want to do is you want to line those trees up so that all you see is the silver. And make sure that it's down. Make sure that it's basically straight, and then go ahead and punch again. And then there's your evergreens. It is really easy, you guys. I love that punch. This punch is great for masculine cards. I'm going to pull you out now. This punch is great for masculine cards. This would have been perfect with the puff paint too. You could have punched this out and put a little puff paint on it. I think that would have been fun. And then, so now we have our evergreens here, and we're going to do this, and we'll put this to the side. Next, let's talk about our card base, and then we'll do stamping last. Okay, so there's a couple of ways that you could do this, and I'm one I like to find uses for scrap. You guys, there is a ton of scrap in my scrap bin. So I love finding ways to use scrap that makes sense. Okay? We don't need to have, and this is what I wanted to show you guys with that full piece, we don't need to have this full layering piece down here because we're going to cover it up. See? And that's what I'm talking about. I don't want to waste that big piece. Let's use some of those scrap pieces that I have sitting in my pile, which is these two pieces. That 1 inch by 4 inch piece. And all we're going to do with this, and let me know, you guys, in the comments section, do you have a lot of scraps in your scrap bin? Or are you like me and like those little scraps, I end up throwing those in the garbage because there's just too many. So we're going to add that on to our end there. And when I'm talking about throwing it in the garbage, you guys, not this size. I'm talking about those super skinny ones. So don't beat me up if you're coming and watching the replay. All right, so I'm going to glue this one. And I'm going to put this on this end down here. Oh, there we go. Because, so here we're using 2 pieces of scrap, you guys. But now look, we are going to cover the ends of that with our card base piece. And it works out perfect. So we're going to end up gluing this, using some scraps up. Yay. Today's card could be a birthday card. It could be a missing you card. It could be anything. I'm kind of leaving mine general today. I'm calling it the Be the Light card. That's what I'm going to call it. Okay. So there is our layer piece. So this is our card part. Oh, I forgot to burnish that, you guys. Let's do that. That'll only help it stick on there better. There we go. All right, so now we have these 2 pieces. One's for the inside, one's for the front. So let's work on that front piece first. Remember I told you I love that evergreen. Okay, that's what we're going to be using first. Grab my scratch paper. I love this little snowman, you guys, and I got to find a place to put it that's not in the way. All right, so our first stamp with this, I'm using soft succulent, and I'm not stamping this section. And I think I'm going to just do a really light tap off because I want this to look like it's in the distance. So I'm using soft succulent ink. Let that sit. And then the next time that I stamp, I'm going to use the Evening Evergreen. And you guys, because the soft succulent is lighter, I'm not going to worry about cleaning it off. I know, I hear you gasping. And then I got to get this corner down here. There we go. Make sure this is a big stamp. This is one that you could probably flip over to the other side or flip it over and ink it this way. But then I'm going to put this right here. All right, so I like my scratch piece underneath there. It was not only for stamping it off, but it was also for making sure that like this one's over the edge just a little bit, which I did intentionally. And there's our, oh, look at that. So there's our card front. Stamped images with the 2 different colored evergreens, and I love that. Oh my goodness. All right, so scratch piece is done. This is done. So now I want the evening evergreen, and I'm going to stamp the lantern. Remember I said we're going to call this the light. So you want to make sure that you're stamping that up good, and we're going to, or inking it up good, sorry. And we're going to stamp this. And by the magic, by the way, I'm not going to make you wait here and watch me fussy cut this out because I do want to fussy cut it, but look at how pretty that is. Isn't that cool? All right, but by the magic of video, I did fussy cut one out already, okay? And I want to show you what I did to get the glowing light in there. Can you guys see that glow in there? You guys know what I did, I'm sure. We're going to grab our crushed curry ink. We've got some ink in there. You can dab your block in there if you would rather. And I'm going to take my Wink of Stella and I'm going to lightly pick up some of that ink, that crushed curry ink, and I'm going to be super careful to not drag any of that green. And see how that works? Isn't that pretty? So I'm going to add a little bit more because this whole lantern is aglow, you guys. And just be careful not to get it dipped into that green, because it will pull that green like lickety split. And then there's our light. And I was thinking that on this one, I think we need a little bit more yellow. I was looking at how pretty that darker one looked. And just remember, you can always add, you can't take away. So if you don't want a lot, then just go very carefully. Much better. Don't forget, I'm wiping my end of my wink off on my paper, which is over there. So there's our light. Isn't that pretty? So our little lantern is glowing, and you guys, that's how I fussy cut the inside out. I just cut it open and then worked my way around. But once we get that glued together, nobody's going to ever know except for you guys. Now, what are we going to do on the inside? I was thinking that we're going to take this and without re-inking this, but I'm going to huff on it. And all I'm doing is doing a heavy breath on it, you guys. And I'm going to do this edge over here. Like that. And then I want this tree. And I'm doing the same thing. Just keeping that inside super simple. There we go. So now that is our open spots in the inside. So we're in the woods, we're getting ready to camp. We haven't set up camp yet. And of course, it's a warm place, you guys, because it's super cold here. All right, so now let's bring it all together. We're going to glue in our inside. I do hope that everyone had an amazing holiday. We're not quite done yet, you guys. I'm going to stamp this or glue this in here. And then we're going to glue this up here. You guys curious where we're putting those evergreens yet? I am. I'm kidding. All right, so we're going to line this up just like this. This would even be a really pretty Christmas card if you didn't get your Christmas cards done. And then we're going to take, and I think I'm going to, because of this edge here, I think I'm going to cut this off. And I'm just going to use those pieces. Now, the best way that I found, because I don't want this, but we're going to cover that part. I don't, right? Are we going to cover that part? Yeah. So what we're going to do is I'm going to kind of do a jaggedy kind of cut. So that it kind of looks like the evergreen there. And I'm going to make it go over just a bit. But what I want to do first is I want to take a dauber to it just a little bit. And you guys, I forgot to grab it. Big surprise. And I'm just going to use the soft succulent dauber. So I'm going to do color on color. Maybe. Dun, 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 dun. Old Holland Sweet Sorbet. Bum, bum, bum. Maybe not. Oh, you guys. You know, there's never a wayward dauber when you need one. Oh, here's one. Oh, and it's got crumb cake on it, I think, which will be good. So I want to do a little bit of that sponging because I want it to hang over a little bit, and we're going to put this on with dimensional. So let me grab my crumb cake ink pad. There we go. Crumb cake ink pad, and we're going to just kind of deepen these edges up a little bit. This is a guy card, you guys. Guys aren't clean. Camping isn't clean. Just saying. There we go. So it doesn't look like there's a ton of stuff on there, but when you go ahead and you put it on your card, and if you don't like that smudged up look, then don't do it. It's all good. So I want that to hang over just a little bit because I'm going to put our lantern here. And I want to put our little sentiment, oops, sorry you guys. I want to put our lantern here and I want to put our little sentiment in the front. And I thought that I had a sentiment piece, which I do not. Let me grab another piece of scrap, the perfect size. And I'm going to do explore. Nah, do enjoy today, and then you brighten my path on the inside. I know I should have stamped that before. Enjoy today. And our sentiments are going to be stamped in that evening evergreen. And then enjoy today, which will be super simple. There, and then enjoy our path, which you guys, mine is not mounted straight, so we're gonna have to be super careful. Oh, let's see how off this is first. So if I'm thinking that would be straight, oh, we would have been good. Okay. There we go. Oh, perfect. Yay! You guys, you never know. You really never know if it's going to be straight or not. All right. So there's our inside sentiment. You brighten my path. And we've got our front. And we're going to do mini dimensionals on the trees with our take your pick tool. And we're not going to do this one because that's the one that kind of hangs over a little bit. But I'm going to do all the rest. Now I'll skip that one. I skipped one. And then, no, you don't have to take all the dimensional backs off. So we're going to put this kind of like this. Down along the edge, keeping it simple. I brought in the linen thread, you guys, but I don't think we're going to use it. We're going to take our sentiment and we're going to flag the end like that. We're going to put this up on dimensionals here. I'm going to use the big ones. But first, I'm going to repair that handle. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a little bit of glue and see if we can get that to stick together. There we go, just like that. Just a little dab will do ya. Oh, it goes the other way. There we go. That'll work. There we go. We'll put this up here. And we're going to tuck the sentiment down here. That's a little too long. I'm going to tuck it in under, there we go. That's what I was thinking. So that'll look like that. I'm going to do glue dot, or actually I'm going to do glue on this side, and I'm going to do mini dimensionals on the edge. And I think the glue I'm going to put on the top so that it glues to the lantern. So what I mean is I'm going to take this and I'm going to put just a little itty bitty bit of glue there on the edge. And I'm going to tuck it underneath the lantern and let that get stuck. Like that. Now, I didn't end up using my linen thread. I don't think it needs it. But how nice is that, you guys? Very clean, very simple. If there wasn't fussy cutting on there, that could be a super simple, stamping card. But what a fun, coffee cheers, I'm about to take a swig. What a fun way to brighten someone's path. And I hope that you enjoyed today's card, you guys. Now, if you guys have any questions, you guys know, email me here. If you are interested in all the items that I used, you guys, give me about a half hour. I will put the products that I used in the description below. And if you are looking to put through an order, that way. Always remember I gotta go backwards. Um, that's my host code. It's active until the end of the month. But you guys, I hope that you enjoyed today's video and know that there is a whole collection of fun folds, all different ones, you guys. I don't think we've ever done this one, but there is a playlist for fun folds. So I hope that you have a great day getting crafty, you guys. I hope that you did have an amazing holiday so far. And I look forward to seeing you guys next week live. But you know that there's at least 2 more videos coming this week. See you then. Bye.